Well, we have more information for you. We do indeed have our first image. It's apparently the first image that was shuttered by the spacecraft. It was the first one of the 72 taken. With me right now is Chris Jones, and he can explain exactly what we're seeing and why we're seeing it.
Okay, I think exactly may be a stretch here, but
Okay.
we're facing a situation where we sent the commands that we had planned, anticipating that the middle 5 images of the 72 image sequence would be played back. What we got instead is we went to the top of the stack, and the first picture that we received was the first image.
So this is the image we have right now.
Yes.
It apparently was the very first of the 72 images, so it was further back.
Yes, that's right.
So it's very small in the field of view.
And as we go down that stack, we'll see that image get larger and larger and larger until we reach the image that was taken at closest approach.
Now, what was supposed to happen was we were telling the spacecraft to go to closest approach, and we picked 5 images to send down. That didn't happen.
That didn't happen, and it's really too early to tell why that didn't happen. So we're going to be looking at that in the next hour or so, trying to figure out what happened there. Meanwhile, we'll probably just let these playbacks continue.
So we saw a lot of happy faces in the science room. Clearly,
Yes.
the information, the images aren't lost.
No, they're not lost, and the targeting is quite good. I mean, we've got the comet essentially in the center of field of view. So I think we're pleased with what we've got. We just haven't been able to get the spacecraft to behave the way we expected it to.
And it might just take a little longer, several hours longer for us to get to the 5 images we were hoping for.
It'll take about 6 hours at the playback rate to get us to those 5 images. And the question would be then, at that point, we have a press conference scheduled for 10 o'clock tomorrow morning. Will that give the scientists enough time with those images to be able to consider what they have and then make a meaningful presentation at the press conference?
So is there a workaround, or we pretty much have to sit and wait?
Well, there is another workaround, but it's fraught with risk, and that is that we could try again to command the playback of those 5 images. We don't know what went wrong the first time, and so there's no assurance that doing it again, in fact there's almost assurance doing it again will result in the same result. And so I think the team's view right now is to just let this playback play out, and when we get to those images and when we have enough time to look at them and perhaps do some elemental processing on them, we'll be ready for the press conference.
So it looks like we're just going to have to be patient.
Yes.
Instead of getting those 5 bracketed images from closest approach,
That's right.
we're going to have to wait 6 hours for them.
Yes.
But the good news is they're all on board.
Right, right.
All right. So that's the situation right now. The images are there. They're in the center of the screen where we wanted them to be. We're just not getting the bigger images at the time we wanted them.
That's correct.
All right. So we'll go back and check in with the team and be standing by.